Hey everyone, I recently had the opportunity to sit down with Tracy Maley, aka InfoSecSherpa, and talk about what they do as a security researcher. This led to such a great conversation that I thought, you know what, why not give you all a little teaser? So here is InfoSecSherpa on failure, using their traditional skills to further along their security career, and most importantly, the importance of passion in what you do. What I'm getting is all of these skills that you're going to use in InfoSec are kind of just these natural skills that we already have. We just get intimidated to move over and, oh, this is a business. It must be more complicated.
That's some of it. I mean, I'm not going to say that well, let me take that back. I do say to people, I do have a lot of people come to me for career advice and they'll say, I've only ever worked at a fast food restaurant. And I'll say, okay, I could easily name 5 skills off the top of my head that can be transferred from fast food into InfoSec. Working under pressure, dealing with end users slash customers, multitasking, um, you know, planning and management of the food, of the people, being aware of protocols, safety protocols, health protocols, things like that. That would be what our compliance there. So really, and I don't want to neglect basic skills, like obviously things like Network Plus, the CompTIA series. Um, you need to understand how a network works, how information is transferred on a network in order to protect it. It's very hard to protect something that you don't know what it is. I mean, imagine, to use some sports analogies, I'm sorry, that's kind of where my mind always goes. But say, you're a goaltender or a goalkeeper, and you don't know the size of the net behind you. Because in ice hockey, the net's rather small, right? Comparatively speaking, it's basically like the width of the player mostly. But in soccer or football, if you have any European listeners, that net's very big. That goal is huge. So if you're standing there being a defender and you don't know what's behind you, if it's a small net, big net, or what is it, that's really hard to defend, right? So that's why I try to explain to people you really need to just slog through the network. I always say Network Plus, but some sort of networking course or book, whether or not you get a certificate. Obviously, the certificate always looks better on a resume and in an interview, but ultimately it's the knowledge that you need to have. So even if you are looking for maybe only maybe a marketing job in cybersecurity, I would still hope that people at least have some foundation in how a network works, because otherwise a lot of these buzzwords then won't mean anything. So that's kind of how I look at it. So I slogged through a Network Plus class. I still don't get subnet masking for the life of me.
Who does?
Yeah, I and well the and just a brief complaint for a second. What I had no so full truth, and I'm not ashamed to admit this. I haven't actually passed the Network Plus exam myself. I did sit for it once, um, and I did not pass it, unfortunately, because I had to take the exam right after my father died unexpectedly. I wasn't able to postpone it, and we'll just leave it at that. It's a whole long story. I don't feel like getting into. I wasn't able to postpone it. And I wasn't even going to sit for it at all because I wasn't in the mindset for it. And I had a seasoned career person in InfoSec say to me, "Sit for it. Just know what the test is, and you'll just come out of it knowing what you still need to work on and what you already know." And long story short, when I got the results, I was actually smiling, and the proctor actually had to say to me, "Miss, you failed, right?" You know? And I said, "No, no, no, I know." I said, "But I didn't fail as badly as I thought I was going to." So I'm actually considering that a win. And I didn't, I didn't spill my life story for the man, but I was just like, I've been through a lot lately. So not passing this by the percentage that I did actually feels like almost a victory to me, a moral victory. It's not easy, but you need to be pragmatic and you need to want it. I know there's always a big argument about whether or not you should get into cybersecurity just for the money. A lot of people hate the P word of passion. Oh, passion means nothing. Passion means you get taken advantage of. Yes, it could, especially if you see a job posting saying, we hire for passion. That might be a red flag. But I don't see anything wrong in having passion for what you're doing. Um, but as long as you believe in it, I have a hard time personally believing that someone who doesn't have passion for security is a good cybersecurity professional, to be honest. Because if it's just, rote work for you, I don't know if are you really thinking strategically? Are you thinking of new ways to defend? Are you, I just have a hard time understanding that if you lack passion for it, that you really can do as good of a job as someone with passion.
I hope you really enjoyed that and stay tuned for the full conversation. One thing I wanted to ask though, if there are people you want me to interview, questions you want me to ask, or subjects you want me to tackle, make sure to comment below so I know where to go next in this. Till next time, thanks for watching.